20
Yeah lah,
hours.
you put shifter cable, we confirm all wrong, or we don't know anything about
Correct. I protest.
this. Yeah lah, you put battery, at least
We
we got
demand
chance.
100 points to be added.
Yes. Let's vote.
Walao okay lor.
Hello everyone, welcome to episode 6 of the third season of PixelStudio's Now You Know series, where each of us take turns to present about an interesting topic so that we can all learn something new and enrich ourselves together. There is a short quiz after the presentation to reinforce learning, so do watch to the end and join us for the fun quiz. Today we have Shafiq who will be sharing about...
Bike maintenance. Okay, today I'll be sharing about bike maintenance. The topic is to present you guys multiple ways to actually maintain your bicycle or to make it last longer. Okay, one of the way to make your bicycle last longer is to keep it clean. That's the most essential part, especially after you mountain bikers or any road bikers out there always cycle through with all the dirts and especially the dirty roads. It will collect all those grinds and it will start in between the chain and the sprockets and will grind away both in a vicious cycle. So what it does is when it grinds, it makes the components worn faster. This is also an important part of the bicycle, which is the bearing. Make sure that you replace or regrease your bicycle bearing, especially when it feels, it starts to feel slow, chunky. That's when you know that it's time to actually replace or degrease your bearing. Make sure you replace it within like once a year, a minimum. But it also depends. Sometimes your bearing will start to feel sluggish before that. So there's no specific timing when you need to do it, but it's still up to you. Especially for those like races especially those races out there. But those sponsored one, they just change a new bike, so they don't have to worry about it. Okay. So next up is lube your chain. Okay, here's the process of lubing your chain. Make sure you degrease your chain first. Degrease and then wash it up, leave it to dry. And then you lube it. That's the only correct way to lube your chain. There's also a wide range of lubes out there. There's wet, dry, and then there's a ceramic or wax lube. So for wet is for those rainy weather, where even though it rains, the lube will still be intact. For dry, it will be for dry weather. That's because it's very thin and doesn't collect that much dirt on the chain itself, which is good for dry weather. And then for ceramic, it's for ceramic. Okay, another thing is tighten every bolt. This one is very important for safety reasons. Make sure you tighten every bolt, like stem, handlebars, grips, and brake, which is really essential assembly parts of the component. You don't want anything bad to happen. Like there's some cases where their stem and handlebar actually disassemble because of the bolts being tightened, or your brakes, your disc brakes loosen up and such. Yeah, those things does happen. So make sure you tighten every single bolt. Bleeding. So there's two ways for you to bleed your bike. One is to move the air bubble from the brake system or to replace the brake fluid with the new one. So one of the reasons why your brake sometimes, especially those hydraulic brakes, when you press it and then start to feel like there's a lot of air gap, or can slightly feel the bubble, or like it feels very spongy. One of the reasons because there's a lot of bubble. Literally, there's bubble inside. There's a lot of air inside your tube. So you need to remove the air, by doing this, bleeding. So next up is replacing the housing cable or the cable itself. Replacing the cable and the housing itself. This one can apply on both the brakes, which still use cable, or derailleur. And some derailleur are now wireless. So we're talking about the brake cable right now. So there's multiple ways of the reason your cables can be worn out. So replace your cable every 2 years. But majority of the time you notice it, you have to switch. I don't think it is true, even though it's stated over here. Majority of the time I need to change my cable once every less than a year. Maybe it depends on how much you use your bicycle. I use it a lot. I cycle a lot. So there's no consistent, there's no specific answer for this. Still depends on you, but I guess this is the average user. And for those who want durability, buy the silk cable, which is currently almost on every single bike right now, modern bicycle. Because you notice back then there's some bicycle with just a cable and there's no housing. Next up is servicing your fork.
Ooh, look at the dust.
That is quite often for those people who they will notice this kind of dust when, especially those who cycle every day. So it's encouraged to keep your fork lubricate. One way to do it is by turn your fork upside down on your bicycle if you want to disassemble the fork, and leave it for 20 minutes to make sure that all the oil will go down, and then it will lubricate the seal. And you can also lubricate the fork from the exterior as well. Yeah, there's an oil for it. And lastly, Regrease. This one is specific for Regrease, nothing to do with bearings, yes, but this one is more of a bicycle component that you need to grease. So there's a rules for it. As long as there's a thread, you need to grease it. Like those parts like bottom brackets, spindles, crank arm, spindle interface, and seals, you need to grease it. One of the reasons why your bicycle, especially when you're pedaling hard and then you start to hear creak, is either your bottom bracket isn't fully tightened, or the grease start to dry it out. So you disassemble it, WD-40, make sure you remove the grease and then you grease it again. Just make sure you grease it once a year. Okay, that's all. That's my reference.
So
you guys enjoyed it?
Yeah.
The code is bike MTN.
What's MTM?
Maintenance. Okay, question number 1. Pick a statement that is true. Okay, which one is true? Dirt will not get inside a sealed bearing. Dirt will not worn out your bearing. You can't re-grease a bearing. You can re-grease a bearing. Ooh. Okay, seems like 3 of you guys got it correct. Okay, one of the reasons why it's not the dirt will not get inside a sealed bearing is because it will. It will get inside. So, okay, only 3 of you guys got it correct. Brilliant. Okay, next up, keeping the bike clean will not wear out parts of your bike, lengthen the life of your drivetrain, damage your brakes. Okay, the correct one is lengthen the life of your drivetrain. Okay, Ninja got answer correct. What is the best step for lubing your chain? Lube the chain on top of a lube chain, clean the drivetrain, then lube the chain, or lube the chain, then clean the drivetrain.
Or Chainsmokers featuring Halsey. Got it.
Alright.
Wow,
that's
very
good.
correct.
4 of you guys got it correct.
Must clean first lah.
The last one, like,
Of course, must clean first.
The last one, like pointers, like you lube, then you clean.
Question number 4. Name 2 types of lube.
You got talk about the loops, man?
Name 2 types of lube.
God.
Oops.
Why? You text NG,
I
is
got
it?
explain some more. What kind of lube does what?
My
Not
bad.
kerosene not kerosene Don't put petrol.
Oh, is
Okay.
this wet and dry one? Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I heard that part. Oh gosh.
Question number 5. Which part of the bicycle mentioned are important for bulk checks?
Oh dear. What is
Ah, stem, handlebar, grip, and brakes. Stem, handlebar, spokes, and cassette. Stem, handlebar, and bottom bracket.
this? Ni how back lah.
Okay, seems like one of you guys got it correct.
Apa
So
Indra
the
lah.
answer is stem, handlebar, grip, and brakes. Oh, seems like Indra,
Anyway.
the only one got it correct.
You know, see, this is why the 3
Question
of us we
number
don't join y'all for bicycling.
So you guys need to join us more often.
Yeah. Question number 6. Give one reason why your brakes needs to be black or purged.
No air. Oh,
No, that's the wrong answer. You don't want air to be inside it.
remove air cannot.
Huh?
Remove the air.
Yeah, remove the air can. Remove the air bubble, remove the air to ensure maximum response from the brake.
Technically, my
Yeah,
answer is correct.
technically yes.
Oh, no air.
No air is that one you do.
So okay, let's give Hafiz a chance to clarify. What do you mean by no air?
Not me. That's not me. That's
That one's
Oh,
me.
Ray.
I get. I become
You
scapegoat.
don't want
By the way.
any air to be inside.
Yeah,
no air.
I remember you say you have to clear the air inside. What?
Yeah, you want to clear the
Yeah.
air inside.
Yeah,
That's why I put no air.
to remove air.
Just give it the point lah.
Yeah.
Give lah.
Okay, I can give chance. Okay, how long do you need to lift the fork upside down to lubricate the bushings.
20
Ooh,
minutes.
20.
Yeah, I
Oh.
remember there was a 2 somewhere, but I can't remember whether it's 2 hours or 30 minutes.
It's 20.
Oh, he
that's why.
said minutes just now.
Oh, African answer.
I forgot.
Next time just hentam. Okay, seems like injustice the league
Yay.
with 7 points. Question 8. You need to increase your component at least
Oh, son. I think this one I know.
twice per year, once per year, once per month.
Why?
Once per month, once per year, supposed to be once per year. I screw up.
That be correct lah.
Yeah, that's correct.
Once per year,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Wow.
once per year. Question number 9. Correct lah, 9 already, 9 or 10. Okay, when shifting your gears feels sloppy and you find out that it is because of shifter cable, it is best to... Now, which one is
When
the
in
correct
doubt,
answer?
When in doubt, just pick the pick the
Yeah,
last.
when
Both
the
pick
gears
both.
just feel sloppy.
Just change everything.
Hey,
Sure.
correct.
Yes,
Sure, rectify.
it is best to change
Sure,
both.
rectify your problem.
Ooh, Africa, one more. So India still in the lead with 9 points, and Africa only left with 1 point to get 50%. Okay, the last question will be. It's actually you have to research about it, but we didn't.
Alamak.
Okay, the last question, I let you guys Google the answer. So last question, you're allowed to Google. How often do you need to change the shifter cable for SRAM GX ASS derailleur?
Alamak, this one how?
I desperate already. No time to
It's a
Google
trick
lah.
question. There's no cable needed because it's wireless.
Walao eh, how you know? How you know?
What?
I object! SRAM GXS derailleur. Why? It's a wireless one.
It's a wireless, yeah. It only runs on battery. 50
Yeah lah,
hours.
you put shifter cable, we confirm all wrong or we don't know anything about
Correct. I protest.
this. Yeah lah, you put battery at least
We
we got
demand
chance.
100 points to be added.
Yes. Let's vote.
Walao eh, okay lah.
Cannot lah, take question lah this.
If not, we go to the past quizzes, we go and minus Shafiq.
Okay lah.
Yay, Africa
Yes,
pass.
India got 10 out of 10.
Yeah!
Yay!
Okay, congratulations to Indra for topping this quiz and thanks Shafiq for the presentation. We hope that everyone has learned something new in today's episode. Let us know how you did for this quiz and do you enjoy today's sharing? As always, stay hungry for knowledge, stay safe and take care. Bye!
Bye. And if you get the last answer correct, I'll treat you one bubble tea.
Trust us. None
Alright,
of us
thank
got it
you.
correct.
Bye-bye.
Bye.